let's understand one thing. Do you agree on a point that today's world is more complex than what it used to be? I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna give you a best example. If you decide yourself that I'm gonna make money in 2023, 2024, whenever you watch it, so goes on, you're gonna say, okay, you decided, make money. You're gonna pick up your phone and gonna beep boop bop, and you're gonna have some money. But that wasn't the case in the 90s. In the 1900s, you must go and do the actual labor, or go to the farm, actual labor, handwork, to do and make money. These things weren't a part of the world. So understand this point, that the complexity of these things have much more. Because if I go to the YouTube, there's hundreds of ways to make money only on YouTube. The niches have the sub niches of the sub niches to make money, and it goes in every realm. Like if it's money, it's in engineering, you have to do something. The complexity has become more and more and more. There was only one way to make money, and that's to do the labor in the 1900s. But that's not the case. You can do this. You can even do the labor. That was that's still ongoing. There's hundreds of niches to do one thing, except there was one thing back in the days. You understand this one? The complexity has been increased, but it's much easier. It's much easier to do some clicks on it, right? But it's more complex. You need some brain power. Do you have it? Ask yourself. That's a real question. The complexity have increased, but the things are easy. That's why you stick on Instagram Reels. You do TikTok because it's easy and doesn't take any brain power. Like, it's not even complex to scroll, is it? A baby can do it. So you agree that the complexity have evolved. So you must agree on the second point that I've come with my mind, that if you increase the complexity of anything that exists in the world, there must be some things that you might be being lied about. That's basic thinking, right? If there's too much complex thing, like if I tell you a complex story, I can just pop some lies in it and you wouldn't even notice, even if it was a simple one. If a spacecraft eats a lion, that's impossible. But if I explain it that the airplane came, abducted a lion in 2023, I saw it with my own eyes, add a little bit more complexity, you will begin to say that maybe he's right. Complexity can help you digest some lies. And that's exactly what's happening today. Let's pick some topics that are on the trends. Let's pick the LGBT community. It's the biggest lie. And I really think, this is my personal belief, that someone in the room, someone like sat on a desk and thought, what can I do to increase the complexity so people only have to think about the non-important stuff on a daily basis. When I open X and see news, people are, you understand, when you increase the complexity, there's going to be more people who are going to act dumb because of the complexity. They're going to being stuck on, when they are on a plane, when they are on a height to know the stuff, to know the truth, they're going to be stuck on different levels because there's much complexity. There's going to, on one complexity they might be stuck, another group of people might be stuck on the next complexity, and the list goes on, and everybody lives in the complexity world and nobody figures out what the truth is. Same goes for LGBT community, and there's hundreds of lies that people lie about. Have you ever thought that I'm gonna give you another example that is very relatable. In the 1900s, there were healthy people and there were unhealthy people. People who were unhealthy just died because there was no cure. Maybe before 1900s, maybe in 1800s, there was not as much cure of the diseases there were as of now. There's just more medicines. If I were a pharmacist, I had I've the Pfizer company was under me. What I would have done, I would have gotten many doctors, funded the Congress to make sure that there are hundreds of diseases that exist in the world. How many are there? Like, even if we go to the 1800s and do a checkup of a healthy person of that time, he would at least have 10 diseases based on today's knowledge, and he would have lived hundreds of years. Doesn't matter if he had a injection of like vaccine or not, he would have lived. But in 2023, you have to inject yourself with vaccines, you have to do multiple things to ensure that you are safe. Government takes power from you to guarantee your safety. That's what it does, and that's exactly what's happening. I wouldn't talk about the government, but because it's a very sensitive topic. But understand this, that this complexity doesn't matter. I feel myself very healthy. Let's suppose I feel myself very healthy. I do my thing every day, single day. But when I go to a doctor, he says, you have this and this, you have to do this vaccine, give me some money, because they are all funded by the same company. Let's suppose Pfizer, but let's suppose you do this, and obviously you need more sales. Because I own Pfizer as a company owner, I want more sales, and to have more sales, I need more diseases. They don't exist, right? So let's create more. Boom. This might sound like a conspiracy. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I was just thinking, why there's so medicine in my living room? Why do they exist? Were they in existence in this house back in the days? No. How they come up here? How did they evolve? And I began to think, and I come up with what I'm sharing right now. This seems like the biggest lie. I'm gonna be honest. I wake up. This is literally. I wake up. I think this. I have to do this. I have to do this. That's it. My life is simple. But there's some people. I have met those people. I even speak to those people. Never liked it. But you have to do what you have to do. I have talked to these people, and imagine being a person who's maybe struggling with motivation or having, like, what's that word? I don't know. There's word like passion. These words are old, but still, for me, just making a point. Do you have a passion? Do you have the motivation? Are you in depression? Are you anxious? These things doesn't exist in my world. My life is simple, and that's exactly what successful people go through. Their lives are binary. They do work or they don't do work. They go to sleep, they don't go to sleep. They work, they don't work. They pray, they don't pray. They lie, they don't lie. I should never lie. I never lie. But you understand that things are binary for the rich, for the successful, for the respected individual who has most honorable, what's the word? Who do you call a person who's wise? Wisdom. A person with wisdom doesn't need to go through this weird kind of dictionary to make sure his life is correct. My life is simple. My life is perfect.